Hello everyone, my name is Ivan Van Norman and this is a quick overview of Terraforming Mars. Now this strategy-filled title by Jacob Frixelius incorporates resource management, drafting, and tile placement, and is set in the 2400s with the players taking the roles of tenacious corporations, each one looking to spend entire generations of settlers to be the first to make the red planet habitable. Our efforts will be rewarded through the ever-tangible victory point. Now in Terraforming Mars, there are three concepts which need to be considered and also happen to trigger the end game. Oxygen levels, 14 being the most optimal. Temperature, 8 degrees centigrade will do. That's as good as Iceland or Poland gets on an average throughout the year. And oceans, or these 9 tiles representing roughly 30% of the board's landmass dedicated to populating Mars with water. Now, once all 3 of these elements are in place, there's a last opportunity to make Mars a little greener before final points are counted up. But to start the game, set the board up with markers showing the current generation 1, temperature -30, and oxygen levels 0%. Place all 9 ocean tiles on their ready location and make resource cubes available to all. And then every colonist will pick a color and their respective game board. Now these game boards show how much your corporation produces of the 6 resources used in the game: money, steel, titanium, greenery, energy, and heat, as well as how much you have available to spend. Then each player will get 2 random corporation cards, or if you're new, you can take the beginner corporation. If you see these 2 corporate era cards, leave those out unless you're ready for a longer game. Now, on top of these 2 random corporations, players also get 10 project cards, which either have a green permanent effect, red one-time effect, or blue additional abilities. Now, each pretty clearly labels what they do to affect the game, and if symbols make you go, whoa, we'll just read the smaller text on the card. Now, of these 10 projects, you can pay 3 monies to keep 1 or more cards. So if I wanted to stick with these 3 puppies, I'd pay 9 monies. Now, you get starting money with the corporation that you choose to pick. So between these 2 elements, corporation and cards, you can hone in on your starting strategy. Now, victory points are earned in the game by raising one of the terraforming elements, oceans, oxygen, and heat, claiming a milestone, basically hitting certain conditions and paying a one-time fee of 8 monies, or by funding an award, essentially betting on if you're going to be the best of a certain element by the end of the game. Only 3 can be funded and they cost a whopping 20 to fund if you're late to the game and you can see which direction it's going. Now, placing tiles on the board will also grant you one-time bonuses as well as victory points. Not to mention certain cards will have victory points labeled on them as well. Once you've picked your perfect ready-to-win strategy, starting with the first player, the person who most recently won Terraforming Mars, or randomly if you're all new, you can take your first action in the game. Now you can take 1 or 2 actions each turn. These actions include playing and paying the cost of a project card in your hand. Do a standard project, which is labeled here on the board. These are mostly paying for terraforming elements, by the way. Paying resources for terraforming elements, greenery and temperature. Claiming a milestone, funding an award, or using one of the special actions on a blue card. Now, once nobody has any more actions to play, or chooses not to, you can move on to the next stage, production. Now, production is simply cashing out on all the sweet things you've done in this generation, turn, and the previous generation's turns. Whatever marker you have your production on, give yourself that many resources, the exception being that energy at the end of a round is converted into heat. Science! You can then move on to the next generation and start a whole new round. Begin by drafting 4, not 10, new project cards and decide which one you want to pay to keep at the cost of 3 monies each. Now keep in mind, unlike many resource management games that may be similar to titles like this, there are actually a lot of cards that attack other players, which makes playing this game a very aggressive race to the top. And that, my friends, is the basic of Terraforming Mars. And if this game delights you and you choose to pick it up, we hope you've managed to reduce your nose time in the rulebook. Until then, if you like this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe below. If you'd like to see this game played live, make sure to check out Game the Game every Thursday on twitch.tv/Geek and Sundry, where we roll dice and play nice. Until next time, see you then.